Okay ji. The Rime of Ancient Mariner, Part 4. What is the line number? $225. Part 4, line number 225, the Rime of Ancient Mariner. I fear the ancient mariner. Therefrom we have to start it. I fear the ancient mariner, I fear thy skinny hand. That is the wedding guest who is saying that the ancient mariner, I am afraid of you. You have a skinny hand, so that is too much affrighting. And thou art long. Art long means your figure is long. You are a tall man. And length. And you are thin. And you are brown. As is the ribbed sea sand. You are like the sand of a desert. You have seen the sand of a desert that is in the form of a ribs. Waves are over there. These waves are looking like the ribs. You are too much deserted, man. So I am afraid of you. A guest is saying about ancient mariner that you are tall, you are skinny, and you are too much deserted as the sand of the desert. And there is waves, and as the sand has a waves, so these waves, he is saying that these are the ribs of desert. I fear thee and thy glittering eye, ancient mariner, I am afraid of your glittering eye. And thy skinny and so brown. Fear not, thou wedding guest. This body drop not down. Don't be afraid of me. I will not drop down. I will not die. It means that he is again giving the indication about his age. That you are thinking that I am a ghost? I am a dead thing? No, I am not a dead thing. I did not drop down. During my age, I was not dead. I was not died. I was remained alive. Alone, all alone. Alone on a void sea. And never a saint took pity on my soul in agony. I was alone in the sea. Is there all people died? There is a question of mine. All crew of the ship is died? Crew of the ship is died, so he is alone. He is saying that he was alone on the surface of the sea. It means that he was alone in the ship. All were dead. Alone he was alive. And no saint took pity on his soul, on his agony, on his trouble. The many men so beautiful, and they all dead lie. And 1,000 slimy things lived on, and so did I. He is saying that all the crew was dead. All the members of the ship were dead. No one was alive. All were lying on the deck of the ship. So there were some slimy things were over there. Slimy things, maybe he is watching something in the sea, and these slimy things are maybe some snakes. Some snakes are alive, some slimy things were alive, or the ancient mariner was alive in the whole sea. I looked upon the rotting sea. There was rotting sea. How would be the rotting sea? You have seen the rotting animal. You have seen the rotting albatross. You have seen the rotting vegetables. You have not seen the rotting sea. The ocean was in a rotten form. That was dead. That was smelling. That was not good. That was rough. And drew my eyes away. I looked upon the rotting deck. and there a dead man lay. And I removed my eye from the sea, and I tried to watch on the deck, on the planks of on the roof of the ship. Have you considered what type of ship is over there? See, ship के अंदर जो आपने कश्ती तो देखी होगी, कश्ती की जैसे बड़ी सारी कश्ती होती है, उसके अंदर सारे अपार्टमेंट बने होते हैं, घर बने होते हैं सारे के सारे, उसके ऊपर फिर रूफ होती है। आपको अक्सर शिप के ऊपर कोई ठहरा हुआ कोई शख्स नजर आता है, जैसा कि टाइटैनिक में नजर आ रहा था, वो ठहरे हुए थे और साथ हवा ले रहे थे, या इसी तरह कहीं पर आपको शिप के ऊपर ठहरे हुए लोग नजर आते हैं। वो जो शिप के ऊपर ठहरे हुए लोग होते हैं वो असल में शिप की रूफ पर ठहरे होते हैं, छत पर ठहरे होते हैं शिप की। वहाँ पर जाना अलाउ नहीं होता, लेकिन जब अगर मौसम साजगार हो तो फिर वहाँ पर जाने देते हैं कि लोग ऊपर चले जाएं, वाइन वगैरह पी लें या घूम फिर लें या मंजर को साफ साफ देख लें जब वेदर इज क्लियर। सो डेक के ऊपर जब देखते हैं तो डेक के ऊपर क्या है, डेक के ऊपर सारी डेड बॉडीज पड़ी हुई हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज अ ओल्ड टाइप ऑफ शिप। और डेक के ऊपर ठहर कर वो क्रू सारा काम करता है अपना, वो बागबान सेट करते हैं, कश्ती के चप्पू चलाते हैं, वट्सएवर जो भी करते हैं। सो देयर वाज रोटिंग सी एंड देयर वाज रोटिंग डेड बॉडीज। I looked to heaven and tried to pray, but or ever a prayer had gust. A wicked whisper came and made my heart as dry as dust. जैसे ही मैंने अपनी दुआ को ऊपर आसमान की तरफ, हेवन की तरफ उछाला, वो वापस आ गई, आवाज विस्पर बनकर मेरे अंदर ही फंस कर रह गई और मेरा हार्ट जो है ड्राई हो गया। इट्स मीन दैट व्हेन ही ट्राइड टू प्रे टू गॉड, he can't pray it. Same is the case as the case was in the Dr. Faustus, when he was trying to pray but he cannot pray. Same is the case now. And heart as dry as dust. So his heart becomes dry as dust. I closed my lids and kept them closed, and balls like pulses beat.
Why was his heart was dry?
Because he has committed a sin. So the penance was not over. So he was in punishment. So when he was trying to pray, but he cannot pray. So he closed his eyelids, palke close ki, and kept them closed, but he was feeling his eyeballs owing to thirst, owing to agony, owing to too much hardships, owing to the deadly and rotting sights. His eyeballs were pulsing like the pulse, धड़क रहे थे, टिक टिक, eyeball में से आवाज आ रही थी, eyeball जो है वो धड़क रहे थे। For the sky and the sea and the sea and the sky, and there was sea and sky. Nothing else was over there. No world was over there. Nothing was over there. Only sea was over there. Only sky was over there. Lay like a load on my very eye, and dead were at my feet. Dead were at my feet, and my eyes were closed, and eyes were weary. And weary as the load was on the eyelids. The cold sweat melted from their limbs. And in the dead bodies, from the dead bodies, from the limbs and organs of the dead bodies, there was some sweat, cold sweat was over there. Nor rot, nor reeked did they. Nor they was rotten, and reeked did they. Reek means not they were smelling. So that is a very strange thing. He was in the dead bodies. That was a great punishment. That a person who is living in the dead bodies, which were not rotting, there was sweat, and every eye was on him, and every eye was dead, and a dead eye was watching him, and he was between the dead eyes. He was between the dead bodies. The look with which they looked on me, They were looking at me. The dead bodies were looking at me, and they were looking as they used to look at him, had never passed away, and their sight was never passed away. They have never lived, and they have never left the looking. They were constantly, gradually, they were watching. There was a stabilized looking was over there. A stable looking was over there. An orphan's curse would drag to hell. If you disturb, if you do something wrong with an orphan, you know orphan, yatim. So, the curse of the orphan will bring you in hell, will drag you in hell. A spit from on high. A spit would be in heaven, and if you are in heaven, the curse of orphan must drag you into hell. But more horrible than that. So this curse was more than that. So he is making comparison. He is saying that the curse of the orphan is less than this curse, with which the people are watching me. The rotten dead bodies are also glaring him, staring him. As they are watching, he is conceding that there is too much ugly curses over there. And what will happen with him? If an orphan can drag a person into hell, and this curse is more than that, what will be with him? Ancient Vrinder. Is a curse in the dead man's eye. The curse in the dead man's eye was too much. 7 days, 7 nights I saw that cure. 7 days, 7 nights I saw that curse. Cure nahi curse hai. So mend your word. Curse. 7 days, 7 nights. I saw that 7 days, 7 nights I saw that curse. Now you are watching the punishment of ancient Vrinder. In the dead bodies he is, and in the dead eyes, and the cursing eyes are over there, and 7 days have been passed, 7 nights have been passed, and he is gradually, he is constantly in this curse. And yet I could not die, but I could not die. The moving moon went up the sky, and nowhere did abide, and nowhere he stayed. Abide, stayed. Softly she was going up, she, moon. She is standing for moon, and a star or two beside. So another beautiful scene is over there. When he is standing between the dead bodies and the glaring eyes and the cursing eyes, then the moon came. And moon came, never he stayed anywhere. And there were also 2 or 3 stars with it. And so the moonlight was over there, and he is standing 7 days and 7 nights between the dead bodies. Her beams bemocked the sultry mean. Sultry mean hot sea. Sultry mean hot sea. Her beams bemocked the sultry mean, and her beams are also mocking at the sea. Like apple or frost spread, and the moonlight was spreading over there like the hoarfrost, like the white frost is over there. The moonlight was looking like the white frost. There is a strange combination over there. At the same time the sea is hot. At the same time the moonlight is over there. The sea is hot, the moonlight is cold, like the hoary frost. Like the hoary frost. Hoary means रूएदार frost. Do you know what is frost? एक fog होती है, एक frost होती है. जब frost गिरती है तो इतनी flakes होते हैं. 1-1 इंच के, 1.5 इंच के या आधे इंच के फ्लैक्स होते हैं बर्फ के, जो मुसलसल घिरते रहते हैं और वाइट होते हैं. ऐसा गिरते हैं कि इंसान को सारे को गीला कर रहे, सारे उसके ऊपर वाइट कर देते हैं. There is a extreme of cold weather. So he is saying that the moonlight was not soothing, that was disturbing one, and that was as like the hoary frost. Hoar frost. What type of? What you are saying? No. The sea is hot, it's not mean that the sun is present over there. Sea is just hot. As sometimes there is no sun, we are in the midnight, but there is too much heat. Everything is hot. That is the thing. But where the ship's huge shadow lay, but where the shadow of the ship was on the surface of sea, the charmed water burnt always, still and awful that. Where the shadow of the ship was over there on the surface of sea, at that place there was red water, and that was brilliant water was over there. Something burning bright was there. Water was burning bright at the place where the shadow of the ship was over there. When he walked under the shade of where the shade was over there, the water was giving the reddish color. Maybe he is giving us the color red because that was bloody one, because that was a hot red. Such a rough scene he is creating. Beyond the shadow of the ship, I watched the water snakes. Underline this line. They moved in tracks of shining white, and when they reared, the elfish light fell off hoary flakes within the shadow of the ship. I wore their rich attire, beautiful skin, blue, glossy green, and velvet black. Underline it. They coiled and swam, and every track was a flash of golden fire. It's a very beautiful scene which he has created when he is showing there are some snakes. He is saying that he was watching on the surface of sea. There were some snakes, and snakes were very colorful. When they were moving in the tracks, their color was blue. They were also showing some glossy green color, a velvet black color they were showing. The snakes were of the different colors, and they were bathing, they were diving, dipping into the sea, and there was a cluster of snakes were over there, and they were the handsome big, and he is watching to these snakes. Oh, happy living things, no tongue, their beauty might declare, a spring of love gushed from my heart. Now, this is also very important lines. You underline these lines. Oh, happy living things. Snakes are the happy living things. No tongue. They have no tongue. Their beauty might declare. And beauty is clear beauty was over there. A spring of love. And in my heart, I felt a spring of love for them. So it means that when he is watching the snakes, he is not hitting them. He is not trying to kill them. When he has killed the albatross, he was immature. Now he is mature one. If the albatross should not be killed, so the snakes have also a right to live. So he is praising the beautiful creature of the God. As D.H. Lawrence in the 20th century said, that the snake, he should not throw a clumsy wood on the snake. Snake must live, and he has done something poetry if he is hitting the snake. Do you remember? In BA you have read The Snake by D.H. Lawrence. Same is the case over there. So this all travel was from the immaturity to maturity. You can say that. When Enchanted was immature, he killed the holy bird. When he is mature, he is praising those things which are harmful even to human beings. A spring of love gashed. Very beautiful line that is. In his heart, gashed means एकदम से बड़ा सा शगाफ निकल आना. और गैस उस वक्त इस्तेमाल करते हैं जब उस शगाफ में से तेज तरीन और बहुत बड़ा पानी का फौरा निकला है. गेस्ट कहते हैं। एकदम से उसके अंदर से स्प्रिंग जो है, मोहब्बत की एक बहार जो है उसके अंदर से गेस्ट कर पड़ी उसके हार्ट में से। कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि आपके हार्ट के अंदर से पूरे बाहर निकल आती है, खुशियां निकल आती है, महकार निकल आती है। And I blessed them unaware and without knowing. Unaware means he was unaware. Unaware means that he was unaware about the all studies, about the all education, about the all social education. But his intuitions, but his soul was alive. Something वजदान जिसे कहते हैं वो ठीक था, but he was unaware about the surrounding. And I blessed them unaware. Sure, my kind saint took pity on me. It was a good omen. And till that time you have superstitious view in the different people that if somebody was the snake in dream, that would be the good omen. Have you listened to this? It's a good omen. No, sir. It's a good omen. No. I'm not saying that I am thinking this. That is superstitious view. And I have listened from many people that a good omen if you are watching a snake in your dream. So, he is thinking that maybe some god, some saint took pity on him. And I blessed them unaware, and I praised them unaware, without knowing. The self-same moment I could pray, and from my neck so free. The albatross fell off and sank like lead into a sea. You're watching that? His punishment is over. When he got the maturity, when he praised the snakes, the albatross, the rope of the albatross is broken. Now albatross is fallen into a sea. Now his neck is free from this sprawling or rotting animal, mean bird. Oh sleep. What is this? Oh sleep, it is a gentle thing, beloved from pole to pole. Sleep is a gentle thing, and it is beloved from pole to pole. Everyone loved it. To Mary Queen the praise be given. She sent the gentle sleep from heaven, that slid into my soul. The sleep is a sweet thing, and Mary Queen has sent it from the heaven for us. So he is waking from many days and in disturbance. Now first of all he is thinking about the slumber. The silly buckets on the deck that had so long remained, I dreamt that they were filled with dew, and when I woke it rained. What a travel is over there. He slept when his neck became free. He slept. And when he slept, then in dream he saw that there is dew drops are over there, and all the buckets which were hanging over there on the ship, and they were empty, they filled with the dew drops. And when he woke up, he saw it was raining all around. My lips were wet, my throat was cold, my garments all were dank, wet. Sure, I had drunken in my dreams, and still my body drank. Sure, I have drunk in my sleep, and still my body drunk, and the water was pouring, showering over my body, and my body was drinking water. I moved and could not feel my limbs. I tried to move, But I felt that the limbs are not with me, my arms are not with me, my legs are not with me, my foot are not with me. I was so light, almost. I was light. He was light as a soul is. Maybe he is thinking that he is dead. Okay? Just only creating the suspense. I saw that I had died in sleep and was a blessed ghost. And I thought that I am a blessed ghost. मैं अब soul बन गया हूँ. And soon I heard a roaring wind. It did not come near, but with its sound it shook the sails that were so thin and sea dry. Soon the wind was blowing, and as the wind is blowing, so as the wind is blowing, so he is watching the wind also hit the sails which were dry. The upper air burst into life. So and the breeze were blowing on the upper side, and 100 fire flags sheen. And I was watching the lights everywhere. Fire flags sheen. Everywhere I was watching something was burning. To and fro they were hurried about. Some burning things were over there. They were coming in front of me, near to ship. To and fro, आगे पीछे. And to and fro and in and out. The wind stars danced between. It means that there were some flames were over there. He was watching on the sky. And flames were watching at the sky. What type of flames these are? These are ghosts. These are souls, fairies, demons, gods, saints. What these things are? But things were over there. And between these things, the stars were also clear. He can also watch the sky. The stars are clear. If the stars are over there, it means that the weather is clear. So wind is blowing and weather is clear. And something red flaming was over there. And the coming wind did roar more loud, and there was roar of wind was over there. Wind was blowing with full force. And the sails did sigh like such, and all sails were whispering like the dry grass. And the rain poured down from one black cloud, and there was only one black cloud was over there. And from this black cloud there was raining. Baji, from this black cloud there was raining. Yes. Now you got the mastery of Ode Coleridge. You will accept that, yes, Ode Coleridge is really a picture painting. He will show you his dream and what type of dream he is showing. See it. The moon was as its edge. What was over there? Black cloud. It was showering, raining. At the corner of cloud, what is over there? Moon is at the corner, at the edge of the cloud. The thick black cloud was cleft and still. The thick black cloud was torn into two, and that was same. Now the cloud was one. Now the cloud is ruptured, and between that is broken now, torn. The moon was at its side, and moon was at the side of the cloud.
Now it is broken.
Yes, cloud is broken and torn into two pieces. And the moon is at its edge. Like waters shoot from some high creek. It was like some waters coming from some cliff. Creek means from some high mountain. The lightning fell with never a jack. The lightning was over there with never a jack. Without jack. Jack means jilmil. Static lightning was over there. A river steep and wide. It was looking like a river. Steep and wide. Steady and wide. The loud wind never reached the ship. Now you have seen what was over there. He is saying that there is a cloud, black cloud, in one patch. It is broken. The moon is at its edge. Moon is over there. How will be the black cloud and moon is at its edge, and between this part there is moonlight is coming. Okay? And at the same time both parts of the cloud are also showering. Water is coming. And moon is also over there. What a combination is over there. As the water is coming at the same time on the both sides, at the same time there is a steady steep river is over there. It looks like at the sky there is a river. There are two mountains and water is coming from the mountains. With lightning is also over there and static lightning is over there in the clouds. Okay? My God. Now watch it again. I'm reading from the line number 321. And the rain poured down from the one black cloud. The moon was as its edge. The thick black cloud was cleft and still. The moon was at its side. Like waters shoot from some high crack, the lightning fell with never a jag. A river steep and wide, the loud wind never reached the ship, yet now the ship moved on. Beneath the lightning and the moon, the dead men gave a groan. As there was lightning, as there was showering, as there was moonlight, and in this all things, these dead bodies take a groan. Oh, whatever sounds they have taken, they are coming to life. So it means that the dead bodies are again coming to life. They groaned, they stirred, they all uprose. वो ग्राउंड उनने एक करहा वाली आवाज निकाली, आह निकाली, एंड स्टिड वो मूव हुए, दे ऑल अप्रोच सारे खड़े हो गए, नॉर्थ पे किसी ने नहीं बोला, नॉर मूव देयर आइज किसी ने अपनी आंखों को झपकाया नहीं. इट हैड बीन स्ट्रेंज, दैट वाज वेरी स्ट्रेंज इवन इन अ ड्रीम. इफ आई एम वाचिंग अ ड्रीम, if somebody is watching this all scene in a dream, that would be very, very strange. That the dead bodies are coming to life. They are groaning, they are stirring, and they are uprising, and they are not moving their eyes. Their eyes are steady, as they were glaring, as they were stirring, as they were cursing. As they were glaring, as they were stirring. Yes, they have not moved their eyes. This is not a single wink. Yet never a breeze up blew. Till that time breeze was not blowing. The mariners all again work the ropes, and all mariners, other crew, they stand up, and after standing, they took their ropes and start to work on the ropes. They were working like the salesmen work on the ship. Where they want to do work, they are working, but they are silent. Keep in your mind, and their eyeballs are static. They raise their limbs like lifeless tools. They were raising their limbs and working, and as they were raising their limbs, they were looking like the machines. They were looking like machines as they were working with the tools. They were looking not alive. We were a ghostly crew, and we all were like the ghosts standing over there. No, that is original. He is watching original. That can be. No, that cannot be, but that can be. You have to watch you have to consider the beautiful image only, horror only, scenes only, and enjoy only this. The dead but mystery, suspense, some miracles are over there, miracles. Saints were blessing them, and something was happening over there. We were a ghostly crew. The body of my brother's son stood by me. My brother's son's body was stood with me, knee to knee. The body and I pulled at one rope. But he said not to me. But he said nothing. He was standing with me, even he was my nephew, but he was not speaking with me. I fear the enchantment. Be calm, be calm. The wedding guest. Be claimed. The wedding guest. Claim, not calm. That can. Calm is it? Okay. In my book there is a claim. Calm. So, I fear the enchantment. The wedding guest is saying that. Enchantment, I am afraid of you. And you come to know this thing. That's the grand technique of the writer. Whenever the person, wedding guest is coming, that is a two-folded stories over there. Listen to the technique. What is the technique? Poet is taking you and he is pouring you into some unseen world. You reach into the unseen world on the ship in the sea. New world. There's a new brave world is over there. And wedding guest only give you consciousness, your own consciousness. Sometimes you went over there and you are in the atmosphere and watching what is happening over there. And as the wedding guests come, yes, Umar. क्या टाइम हो गया जी? आ जाए जी. Okay. So the wedding guest is the consciousness of a man. They are making you conscious about the world. Come back from this world, and you watch this world. Oh, where we were, and again he sends you in this world. Again and again he is putting you in the world. Okay. So actually, what he is going to teach the poets, not the reader, teach the poets that by living in the consciousness, you can enjoy the dreams. And that is the true technique of poetry. Give them the beautiful scenes as well as you also aware them. Okay. Also aware them. Also you will remain aware about your presence in this solid world, in the realistic world. So that is also technique. Yes, that is. And you know, when we watch the dreams, especially we watch a dream about when we are waking, we are thinking that the Eid will come or the Basant will come, what we will do, how many members will be over there, and what we will enjoy, what type of dishes would be over there. How your heart is at that time. You are very happy. I think you are not as much happy at the event as you are happy in this dream, in this thinking. So the purpose of what is the purpose of the poet should be that he must provide you some layer, some joy. He must provide you some joy. So joy is the sole cause of the poet. To have seen those dead men rise. Okay. Become thou, wedding guest, become thou. No, enchantment. That was first dialogue was I fear the enchantment. Now the answer is over there. Become thou, wedding guest. That was not those souls that fled in pain. These were not actual souls, but some blessed souls in dead crew. He's saying that become. They were not the dead bodies. They were not the ghosts. They were not the souls. Some blessed souls were over there. Maybe the Queen Mary has sent them. Maybe some saints sent some souls, and souls came into dead bodies so that the ship can be steeped and so that the enchantment can reach at the shore. Which to their courses came again. These are not the true souls of these dead people. They came into the dead bodies. That not happened. These souls are not the souls of these dead bodies. These are some blessed souls, came from heaven. But a troop of spirits blessed, and these are the troops, ये दस्ते हैं जो कि blessed spirit के हैं. God ने किसी देवता ने भेजे हैं. हाँ, किसी सेंट ने कुछ हॉली साउल्स भेजी हैं और वो इन डेड बॉडीज में आई हैं, और ताकि ये डेड बॉडीज खड़ी होंगी, शिप को चलाएंगे तो शिप चलेगा ना कुछ आगे जाएगा. शिप पर काम करने के लिए बंदों की जरूरत है, तो उसमें साउल्स आ गई हैं. अब वो साउल्स बोलती नहीं है, साइलेंट टूर की तरह काम की जा रही हैं, देखे जा रही हैं, काम की जा रही हैं. For when it dawned and when there was morning, they dropped their arms, they put their arms down and clustered round the mast, and they stand beneath the mast. Sweet sound rose slowly through their mouths, and there was what a sweet sounds were over there from their mouths, and from their bodies passed, and these sounds passed from their bodies. Around flew each sweet sound, and when they were speaking, some sounds were coming from their body. And yes, and from their bodies passed. There were some sounds. Maybe these spirits were not speaking, but sound was over there. From their mouth, some sounds were coming, and sounds were passing from their bodies, crossing from there. He was using the imagery of sound. That sound was looking like coming from their bodies. He will tell you that how he will listen. Around flew each sweet sound, and all around were sweet sounds were over there. Then darted to the sun. Then these sounds rushed toward the sun. These sounds came from their mouths, crossed the bodies, and rushed the sun. Mystery. Slowly the sounds came back again, now mixed, now one by one. Sometimes they came back from the sun, and sometimes they mixed, and sometimes I listened the sound one by one. Sometimes are dropping from the sky. I hear the skylark sing. Sometimes I listen something dropped from the sky. And sometimes I listen the voice of the song of skylark, that's a bird. Sometimes all little birds that are, how they seem to fill the sea and the air with their sweet jargoning means little bird sounds, musical sounds, twittering. So it means that he is now listening to some sounds. And now that was like all instruments. Now like a lonely flute. And I was listening to sounds. Sometimes the sound was as the sound of a music with all the instruments are playing in it. Sometimes the sound of flute is over there. Flute. And now flute mastery. And now it is an angel's song. And the song on the flute was like the song of an angel that makes the heavens be mute. And what a beautiful song is that by listening to this song, the heaven, all skies keep silent to listen to this song. Such a sweet song is of the angel. It ceased. Music ceased. Yet still the sails made on. A present noise till noon. Till noon the sails were giving some whispering. A noise like of a bidden brook. And it was a sound, a noise. As you listen from the brook. जब नदी के अंदर जल थल करता पानी जा रहा हो तो उसकी जो साउंड आती है वो साउंड. In the leafy month of June, or you are listening to the sound in the June from the leaves, there to the sleeping woods all night singeth a quiet tune, there to the sleeping, yes, वालेकुम अस्सलाम, हाँ जी बात कर रहा हूँ. ये हुक्म फरमा है. तो आप मिस कॉल आप कर रहे थे. आप आधे घंटे के बाद कॉल कीजिएगा मुझे. ठीक है, आधे घंटे के बाद कॉल कीजिएगा. Now, from where we were? Okay. As the sound was coming from the leaves, there to the sleeping woods all night, singeth a quiet tune. The sound was like the woods are silent and woods are sleeping all night, but there is this music in them. In the sleeping woods, a tune is over there. Such a tune was coming to in my ear. Till noon we quietly sailed on. Till noon we quietly sailed on, yet never a breeze did breeze. No breeze was over there. Slowly and smoothly went the ship, moved onward from beneath, and the ship was moving without wind. And how it was moving, something was beneath the ship that was giving it the movement. He was saying before also that something was following him under 9 fathom. That was taking the ship somewhere. Under the keel, a 9 fathom deep. From the land of mist and snow the spirit slid, and it was he that made the ship to go. The sails at noon left off their tune, and the ship stood still also. And at the noon, sails left their tune, and there was again stillness. The sun, right up above the most, had fixed her to the ocean. Fixed her. What is her? Ship. Fixed her to the ocean. And the sun came, sun fixed the ship on the ocean. But in a minute she again stayed. So wait a minute. Again ship start to move with a short uneasy motion, backwards and forwards half her length, with a short uneasy motion. And ship was coming backward and forward half her length. Half her length. As there is a ship, and if I am deciding that is a sea, so watch. It is going half, to and fro, half. Half of its length it is going and coming. It is not moving, standing over there, but sitting. Backwards and forwards half her length with a short uneasy motion. Then like a pung horse let go, horse let go, she made a sudden bound. And like the horse, it took a jump, take a leap. She made a sudden bound, and take a sudden bound mean take a jolt. Jolt mean एक झटका लिया, बड़ा सारा झूला लिया. It flung the blood into my head, and as there was a jolt, एक मूवमेंट बड़ी आई है, स्विंग आया है, मेरे दिमाग के अंदर सारा खून जो है उछाल में आ गया है. Flung threw the blood into my head, and I fell down in a swoon. और मैं ऋषि की हालत में, नशे की हालत में फर्श पर जा गिरा. How long is that same fit I lay? I don't know. I'm not aware about this thing, that how long I was in this dream, in this unconsciousness. I have not to declare. I can't say. But ere my living life returned, when my life returned into me, I heard and in my soul discerned. And in my soul I have seen two voices in the air. And in my soul. And when I was sleeping, and when I came into life, I wake up, then I was imagining something was in the air or something was in my soul. No, he is not waking, not he is sleeping. He is in a state, he is marginalized, he is in a state of mind where he can observe, scrutinize his own self, that in his soul there were two things. Okay? Two voices in the air. In my soul I have seen there are two voices in the air. Is it he? क्या यही है वो? Quote one, एक ने कहा. Is this the man? क्या यही वो आदमी है? By him who died on cross. By him who died on cross. With the cruel bow he laid full low the harmless albatross. क्या यही वो शख्स है जिसे मार डाला था क्रॉस के जरिए, बो और एरो के जरिए जिसे मार डाला था उस मासूम हार्मलेस एल्बाट्रॉस को? अब ये दो साउल्स आ गई. ये दो उसके अंदर, उसकी साउल में, अपने साउल में देख रहा है कि फिजा के अंदर दो रूहें हैं, दो और रूहें. एक है स्पिरिट ऑफ जस्टिस, लिख ले, और दूसरी स्पिरिट ऑफ मर्सी. ये दो रूहें इसका पीछा करते हुए आई हैं जब से इसने एल्बाट्रॉस को मारा है, और ये दो रूहें इसे तलाश करके आई हैं और ये डिसाइड करेंगी कि अब इस एंशिएंट बंडर का क्या करना है. इसकी पनिशमेंट तो पूरी हो गई है, अब इसका करना क्या है? इसको मौत देनी है, इसको जिंदगी देनी है, क्या करना है इसका? अब दे विल डिसाइड इट. इज इट ही? कोट वन, एक रूह ने, एक स्पिरिट ने कहा, इज दिस द मैन? By him who died on cross, with his cruel bow he laid full low the harmless albatross, the spirit who did it by himself. वो स्पिरिट जो अकेली रहती थी, एक स्पिरिट जो अकेली रहती थी, in the land of mist and snow, he is in a state of mind. Line number 404. the land of mist and snow, he loved the birds that loved the man, who shoot him with his bow. So there is a spirit who lived alone, and in mist and snow he lived, and this spirit loved the bird, and the spirit loved the bird. Which bird? Who loved the man? नमूदार, उसको नमूदार हो रही है, एक स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में आ गया है वो दरमियानी कैफियत में, और उस स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में वो देख रहा है कि दो स्पिरिट्स हैं, एक स्पिरिट ऑफ जस्टिस, एक स्पिरिट ऑफ मर्सी, और एक स्पिरिट कहती है वो अकेली रहती है स्पिरिट, और वो मिस्ट एंड स्नो में रहती है, और वो स्पिरिट परिंदे से प्यार करती है, उस albatross से, और उस परिंदे से प्यार करती है जो परिंदा इंसान से मोहब्बत करता है। Who shoot him with his bow, और वो इंसान जिसने उसको शूट कर दिया। The other was a softer voice, ये कौन सी होगी आवाज? मे बी ये जस्टिस की आवाज है। ये जो पैराग्राफ है, द स्पिरिट हु बिडेड बाय हिमसेल्फ, ये जस्टिस है, ये स्पिरिट ऑफ जस्टिस है। द अदर वाज अ सॉफ्टर वॉइस, और दूसरी जो स्पिरिट थी वो सॉफ्ट वॉइस रखती थी। सॉफ्ट वॉइस आई थिंक सो मर्सी की हो सकती है। As soft as honeydew, cozy, the man has pronounced done. इस आदमी की pronounce हो चुकी है, and pronounce more will do, और मजीद भी ये pronounce देगा। ये शख्स अपना खमियाजा भुगत चुका है, कफारा अदा कर चुका है, पनिशमेंट ले चुका है, ये मजीद पनिशमेंट लेगा। साथ ही नेक्स्ट वॉइस जो है, ये अब दो डायलॉग्स हैं, दो वॉइसेस हैं जो आपस में डायलॉग करेंगी, फर्स्ट वॉइस और सेकंड वॉइस। First voice is the voice of justice, I think so. The second voice is the voice of mercy. Next we will complete it.